Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रयोजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्य श्रीमद् अभय चरणा अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रयोजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्य श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय समवेद भक्त वृंद की श्री गुरु गौरांग की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9, Text 40. Jayetena puman nityam stutva stotrena mam bhaje tasyashu saprasideyam sarvakamavareshvara yayetena puman nityam stutva stotrena mam bhaje tasyasum samprasideyam sarvakamavareshvara yayetena puman nityam stutva stotrena mam bhaje tasyashum samprasideyam sarvakamavareshvara. वाला चालू करता है. माताजी Yeah, anyone who etena, by this puman, human being, nityam, regularly, stutva, praying, stotrena, by the verses, mam, me, bhajet, may worship, tasya, his, ashu, very soon, samprasideyam, I shall fulfill, sarva, all, kama, desires, vara ishvaraha, the Lord of all benedictions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhayacharya Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires. For I am the Lord of all benedictions. Purport. The prayers offered by Brahma cannot be chanted by anyone who desires to fulfill his own sense gratification. Such prayers can be selected only by a person who wants to satisfy the Lord in his service. The Lord certainly fulfills all desires in regard to transcendental loving service, but He cannot fulfill the whims of non-devotees even when such casual devotees offer Him the best of the prayers. Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome all of you devotees who have gathered this morning to hear and chant the glories of the Lord from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you for coming. Kapil Muni speaks to Mother Dehuti in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Satam prasangad mama virya samvido bhavanti rutkarna rasayana katha Chajjoshanadva swapavanga shraddha ratir bhaktir anukramishati. beautiful shloka chanted by the Lord. The meaning is, Satam prasangat mama virya samvido. The Lord is declaring that the discussion between the devotees, Satam, and what they discuss when they come together, Mama Virya Samvido. That means the glorious pastimes of the Lord, they are being discussed. And what is the result of this hearing, this chanting of glories of the Lord? Bhavanti hrit karna rasayana khatha. That is like a rasayana, a very delicate delicacy, wonderful, very pleasing substance to eat. Not only it is very dear to the ears, but also it transforms the hearts of people who hear it. And then what happened? Tajjoshuna asu apavarga vartmani. Those who walk on this path of devotional service, they walk on the path apavarga. If you have studied the alphabets, there is pavarga and then there is apavarga. What is pavarga? Pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. Isn't it? And what is pa meant for? Parishram. That is very, very hard endeavor. We see the people of Mumbai how working very so hard. So they get up 4 o'clock in the morning, not necessarily to attend Mangalarati. Why? Because they have to catch 5:30 first train. Coming to CST or Church Gate. That means they get up so early in the morning and then they get ready and somebody has to cook for him, his wife or his mother, and they carry that, cooked in the morning. And he has to come through this great endeavor of coming back to the city, riding these fast trains. And then by the time he reaches, it is 8:30, and then he has to catch one more bus or something like that, or shared auto. Then he has to again walk for a while. Then he reaches office by 10:30. And then work for so many hours. Now there is no mention of 8 hours, It's more than that always. And then in between he has to eat what has been cooked early in the morning, if possible. Otherwise it will be the last year's, last night's food. You may have to take it in the morning. And then again going back home, which is such a difficult task. Again he has to ride the train and all of that same repetition. By the time he reaches home, it will be almost like 8 or 9 o'clock. And then you tell him to chant Hare Krishna. Is it possible? He has gotten up early in the morning, 4 o'clock. Reached home at 9 p.m. Then he has to chant his rounds and read Prabhupada books. Where is the time? This is pavarga. Pa means parishram. Then pha. Pha is what? Fain. Fain means the white kind of substance come out of necessarily, especially these horses when they when they run a lot. Or even sometimes the bulls when they work very hard, some kind of foam comes out, white foam. That is called a fain. In Sanskrit, that is called as a fain. Pa, pha. Ba means what? All he is doing all these endeavors for virtha. Va or ba is virtha. That means there is no need of working so hard. Whatever is necessary, that will be provided by the Lord with little endeavor. Not that doesn't mean that we don't have to endeavor at all. Little endeavor is sufficient to fill one's belly and get some clothes. But when they do unnecessary hard work, that is called as virtha. That means useless. Because very soon the body is going to end, chapter is going to end, and whatever he has earned, so working so hard, will be left here only. And somebody will enjoy that. So what he worked so hard for, nothing will, come along with him. So therefore, whatever he is doing is worth. And bha is what? Bhai. the fear, fear of death and fear of so many other social responsibilities. Until the fag end of life is, he is only concerned what will people say, what will people say, what will people say. What they will say, isn't it? And if you only think about what people will say, I have to achieve this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, then that means we worked and we lived for others, not for oneself, isn't it? And these people, even if you become the prime minister or president of a country, they don't care fig for you. What they want, they will get it done, and somehow or other they will live their lives. And we, in the name of pleasing others, end up leading our life in a very frustrated condition. And then ma is mrityu. Mrityu sarva harashaham. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says that at the end of life, we have to face this deadly death, and nobody is spared. And whatever he has earned and achieved, everything will be finished within a second. He's so helplessly crying out for help, and nobody is there to help him. And people, his family members, they may come and they may stand in front of him, and they, at the most, they will weep. Or some people will ask, have you kept some kind of wealth anywhere? Is there any your passbook, accounts or something, bank account or some bank balance? That fellow is, poor fellow is dying. He needs some consolation, some good words. If devotees are there, will chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Only devotees will get to hear these holy names. All these, unfortunate people, they will be surrounded by family members who will be, hungry for money and wealth. So if this is the condition of one's life, what is the use of walking on this path of pavarga? Unless we take to devotional service, everyone would have walked on this path of pavarga. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters who have saved our lives, isn't it? So that we have come on this path of apavarga. Apavarga means there is none of these. Everything is fine and neat and nice, because that is the glory of devotional service. Tad joshonadu asu apavarga vartmani. And the result will be Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. We have little faith when we come to devotional service. It is just like a sapling. But when we hear and chant the glories of the Lord, just like this morning we are coming together and hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, that will act as, nice waters and fertilizer. Then our creeper of bhakti grows and grows and grows. And we get rati, that means attachment, or attraction towards Krishna. That attraction is arised within our hearts. Then there is no problem living in this material world. We may be in the midst of chaos, but we'll be in bliss. Just like if you ever have seen coconut that has been dried up within, isn't it? It is there within the shell, but it is not within the shell, because it is not attached to the shell, isn't it? If you hold it like this and shake it, then you can hear the sound. That is the condition of a soul who has been attracted to Krishna's beauty. That he will be in this material world, but he will not be of this material world. That means he is totally, completely detached. That is the position of a devotee who has been attracted to the beauty of the Lord. And then one comes to that level, then there is no endeavor working so hard in this material world. Very soon he achieves bhakti. That is pure devotional service. Shraddha, Ratir and Bhakti. Prema Bhakti. And then when that is achieved, then that is the perfection of life. Isn't it? So this is the glory of hearing the glories of the Lord. And that is why Srila Prabhupada has created these beautiful temples. Once Srila Prabhupada was talking to some person. He was walking in the morning walk. So he was asking, why you have to build so many temples all over the places, constructing so many temples, spending crores and crores of rupees. Prabhupada said, I don't want temples. I can sit on this ground. He showed the ground, dirt. Can sit here and speak Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. But how many people will come and hear me? Hmm? Nobody will come. So therefore, for the benefit of the people, I have created these temples and beautiful mansions where there is a beautiful worship of the Lord, and devotees come and they hear and chant and take the darshan of the Lord, and they get their lives perfect. So that is the glory of Srila Prabhupada's building these temples. And when we come and hear chant in the glories of the Lord, then this pavarga is diminished. So in today's verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, we are hearing the conversation between Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Lord Brahma. So first let us try to understand who is this Lord Brahma. Many people, we just understand, in some temples or some pictures you might have seen, Lord Brahma having long beard. Have you seen? That is totally non-Vedic, unauthorized depiction of Lord Brahma. Brahma is never like that. Brahma is never like that. He is like a 16-year or at the most 20-year-old young boy. He doesn't have to grow his beards like that, and which will become old. Because they think that one who paint like that, they think that, Brahma is a very old person because he has created this universe. So one who has created this universe must be really old, isn't it? So that is how they paint. But that is not the look of Brahma. You can actually see there is a diorama here, nearby. You'll see the beautiful face of Lord Brahma, because he has taken birth directly from Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu. When Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu created Lord Brahma, he didn't take help of Mother Lakshmi. And that is the indication that somebody is Supreme Personality of Godhead, that he can produce personality like Lord Brahma without taking help of his wife, Mother Lakshmi. And that Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu has done it. So therefore, Lord Brahma is that qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodaksha Vishnu. These are all qualities, these are all wonderful features of Lord Brahma. We will first understand who is Lord Brahma. And when he takes birth on the lotus flower, which is growing from the abdomen of Lord Vishnu. Such a unique birth, isn't it? Is there any possibility of taking anybody birth in this way? From father directly, and that too sitting on a beautiful lotus? That is Lord Brahma. And who is appointed as Lord Brahma? Because one who does heaps of pious activities, that means there is no count of how much punya or pious activities Lord Brahma has done. Only when one does these kind of pious activities, he is selected by the Lord, not elected, but selected by the Lord to become Lord Brahma. A very special, very pious soul is selected as Lord Brahma. And what is the one day of Brahma? 4.3 billion years. That means 430 crores of years, isn't it? 4.3 billion means. That is 12 hours of Lord Brahma. And what is the lifespan of Lord Brahma? 311 trillion and 40 billion years. Now you count it. How many zeros? 311 trillion and 40 billion is the lifespan of Lord Brahma. And when he complete this lifespan, not even one hair in his head will become grey. He will live like an youth, 16-year-old, till the fag end of his life. And he has studied Vedas for 3 times. Any scholar of Vedic scholar, he studies Vedas for 3 times. And then he tries to understand what is spoken in these literatures. Lord Brahma studied all these Vedas for 3 times. Why? First he wanted to understand that what is Karma Kanda is speaking about. He read all the Vedas and he understood that, okay, by performing all the ritualistic activities, Karma Kandas, one cannot become perfect in one's life, that his life will be still imperfect. And second time when he studied all the Vedas from the point of view of jnana or knowledge, he concluded that one may end up speculating how the God looks like, where the God is and how he is and what all he is doing, but still he cannot achieve God, never understand who the Lord Supreme is. So therefore, when he studied second time, he studied from the point of view of jnana. And then third time he studied from the point of view of bhakti. That how by rendering devotional service to the Supreme Lord, one can perfect one's life. And when he studied third time, he concluded that only by serving Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna can one achieve one's perfection of life. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. This has been concluded by the original creator of this universe. So therefore, he is known for his Vedic studies. Then the Supreme Lord guided him, speaking 2 words, tapa, tapa. That means now do austerities. As soon as he comes out of the abdomen of the Lord has been telling him, now you do austerities. That means the life is meant for austerities. What is the austerity? To understand who am I and to render some service to the Lord. So, Lord personally speaking to him as soon as he gets up, as soon as he comes out of the womb of Mother Vishnu. And he is inspired from within. He does his all austerities for such a long period of time, and the Lord reveals himself within the heart. So therefore, when one does that tapasya or performing of devotional service, then the Lord reveals within oneself. You cannot bring Lord from outside and fix in our own heart. That is not possible. When we render devotional service, like Lord Brahma, the Lord will be revealed within our heart. And then Supreme Lord was so very happy with him. He manifested Vaikuntha in front of him. That means Lord Brahma could see the spiritual world right in front of him. And then the first handshake was done. Lord personally shook hands with Lord Brahma for his wonderful service. And then he is also known as Adi Kavi. That means he is the one who has given these all Vedas and Puranas and Upanishads and everything like that. So he is Adi Deva. That means he is the first demigod ever created by the Lord. He is Atma Bhu. That means he took birth directly from Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu. He is known as Brahmanapati. That means he is the master of all the Vedas. He is Dharmapati. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai. He is the father of all religious activities. Therefore, he is known as Dharmapati. He is a Paraguru. That means the supreme spiritual master of the entire universe. Anybody has learned anything from anybody is Lord Brahma only, because he is the first spiritual master from whom all the sages and all the demigods they come and they receive knowledge from Lord Brahma. And he is known as Parameshtyam. That means he is the head of the universe. So whenever there is a trouble for these demigods, they all go to Lord Brahma, isn't it? Because they go to the head of the in charge of the entire universe, and then he takes them to the milk ocean where the Ksharodaksha is Vishnu is lying down, and when he utters prayers, Purusha Sukta, then the Lord hears and then he gives benedictions and he tells about his coming as different incarnations. So he is also known as Prajapati, he is father of all living entities. He is Prapitamaha, he is a great grandfather. Now, previously people used to keep their, ancestors' photographs, paintings in their homes, isn't it? Nowadays I don't see that. Because as soon as you go home, there is one TV necessarily, of course. And then as soon as you go, there is a dining table right in the hall. And there is a kitchen, and then rest, whatever it is there. There are no ancestors' photographs. Recently I had gone to UK, London. I went to this National Art Gallery. If you have ever visited, it's such a huge art gallery, the size of this our temple. Such halls are, at least there are 100 halls of this size. 100, I think even more than that. It is enormous. You cannot walk all that, such a long distance and actually see all that. Literally there are 10,000 paintings, more than 10,000 paintings have been hung there. And who are they? Some lords and ladies and the British Empire and so many other people. And only of these people, and only couple of maybe 10, 20 Jesus Christ paintings are there. Rest all the paintings are of all these people. God knows what they have done to this material world, that they are being celebrated and kept their paintings so high on the ceiling. But they are there. People, they go to museums to see these paintings and such people who have nothing to do with their lives, but they don't keep the ancestors' photographs in their homes. Doesn't matter whether you keep photographs and paintings of your ancestors or not, but at least you can keep the painting of Lord Brahma, because he is our great grandfather. Isn't it? We don't see, because Lord Brahma's worship is not there. Therefore, we don't even see the painting of or photograph of Lord Brahma, but we can always keep the painting or photograph of Shri Radha Gopinath, isn't it? Because he is the father of our great grandfather Lord Brahma, isn't it? So therefore, devotees are very intelligent. Instead of keeping all these incessant photographs, painting, they just keep Krishna's painting, and that is perfect. If you are having these photographs or paintings of Krishna, that means you are actually doing your ancestors' worship, because there is Supreme Lord there. So he is Prapitamaha, Tapiyams Tapatim. That means he is the greatest of all the ascetics. Because Lord Brahma has performed 1,000 celestial years of asceticism. Only when he does this kind of austerities, he is selected as Lord Brahma by Supreme Lord. And then he is known as Vedagarbha. That means from him, all the Vedas are taken birth. So why I am speaking these different qualities of Lord Brahma? So we should understand who is Lord Brahma first. And he has done some wonderful service to the Supreme Lord, because he is about to create this material universe. So therefore, there is a conversation between Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Lord Brahma, which is taking place, which has already taken place. Now, the Lord has given him the benediction. And in today's verse, the Lord is openly declaring that anybody who prays like Lord Brahma or like you, he will get all his desires fulfilled. That means, who is this Lord Brahma? What are his prayers? So who is Lord Brahma? This is who he is. And when he offers prayers, and Lord Vishnu benedictions are given to him. And we also pray so many times, come to Radha Gopinath and ask so many prayers. Okay, we should do that. But in today's purport, Srila Prabhupada is speaking, whose prayers are answered? Whose prayers are answered? One who worships Krishna in pure devotion and he wants to render some tangible service to the Lord and he wants some empowerment. So therefore when he goes to the Lord and he offers prayers, and such prayers are actually answered. That means we also have to understand that if our prayers are not answered yet, the answer is in today's purport. That means something is missing. And what is that? We should be doing some tangible service to the Lord, and for that we may require some help. For that you can go to the Lord and beg benedictions, and he will do. And what is the tangible service we can do to the Lord? Can anybody say? Janma sartaka kari kara paropkar. First we have to perfect our own lives. We don't have to do much. First we have to understand who we are and do something with our own life. That means we are being given this human form of life, we should be utilizing it for the right purpose, not for something else, not for sense gratification. Okay, so let me perfect my life, and then help others to perfect their lives. Janma sartaka karidan paropakar, do paropakar. Help others to perfect their lives, bring them to Krishna. We have come to Krishna, so let us bring others people to Krishna and then make their lives perfect. This is a tangible service everybody is expected to render. This is what is our service to the Lord. So if we have these kind of desires or prayers, we can go to their lordships and beg from them, and certainly they will give their benedictions and blessings. Okay, so this is regarding today's purport and verse. So therefore, Rupa Goswami says that Anyabhilashrita shunyam jnana karmadya navrutam anukullena krishnanushilanam bhakti ruttama. What is that bhakti? Uttama bhakti, or pure devotional service? That means without having any desire for one's own sense gratification and without a tinge of karma and jnana. When we render service to the Lord, that is called as Uttama Bhakti, and that Bhakti should be Anukulena Krishnanushilanam. That means it should be pleasing to the Lord. So there, how we understand whether it is pleasing or not? Just read Bhagavad Gita. Read Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna personally has spoken in Bhagavad Gita and in Uddhava Gita, also in 11th canto, how we are supposed to render service to the Lord. When we learn from these scriptures and then we render service, then we can understand what pleases Lord. And then such bhakti, such service is dear to the Lord. So, unless we taste the pure sweet rice, we'll never be happy. Otherwise, we are tasting sweet rice mixed with sand. It is sweet rice, but there is sand in it. We are getting some kind of sweetness also, but it is all useless. And if you eat that, then our stomach will be upset and will be miserable. So therefore, when we want to enjoy this material world, that is eating sweet rice mixed with sand, Nobody will be happy how long ever he may try to become happy. So therefore, we have to understand pure sweet rice will be available. It is available. And we have to find out. That is to service to the Lord. So when we understand this fact of life and render service to the Lord, then only we will become happy. So otherwise, kama istha rutagyana prapadyante anya devata. Otherwise, people are going to all demigods. Recently we celebrated Govardhan Puja, isn't it? The Brajvasis, they were worshipping Lord Indra, and Krishna objected. You don't have to worship any demigods. Worship me directly. Because I am the source of all demigods, all the sages. So therefore there is no point in worshipping demigods. It doesn't mean that we have to disrespect them. Don't take me wrong. When we say that don't worship demigods, that doesn't mean that we have to disrespect demigods. We can always offer obeisances and respects. But exclusive worship should be done only to Krishna. Because that only will fulfill our desires. So there was a conversation, and Lord Krishna was thinking, see, Lord Brahma, Shiva, all these demigods, they are worshipping me. Isn't it? They all worship me because I am the Supreme Lord. And I am worshipping my parents, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. Because they are so glorious, they have given birth to me. And my parents, they are worshipping Lord Indra. How is it possible? I am worshipping my parents. How is it that my parents are worshipping Indra? Okay, even if they want to worship Indra, Indra should have some sense of understanding. Nanda Maharaj may be, out of courtesy or out of respect, he may be worshipping Indra, but Indra should not consider himself as supreme. But he had already that ahankar, that pride has already aroused within his heart. So he considered himself as supreme. Therefore, Lord Krishna wanted to teach him good lesson. Therefore, he lifted Govardhana and taught him what he was supposed to learn. So therefore, this demigod worship, Krishna has not recommended. So therefore, when we have Supreme Lord, all the demigods are coming from Him only. Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratikachati. It is said, even if you worship, even if you offer obeisance to other demigods, ultimately it is given to Krishna. So why not directly worship Krishna? And some people have some doubts. Prabhuji, we have been worshipping Lord Shiva. And here in Maharashtra, Lord Ganesh and Mother Parvati, Durga, we have been worshipping them. And all of a sudden, if I switch to Lord Krishna, what will happen? How they will consider me? So they'll become angry on me. So my life will be miserable. No. Don't worry. Because they themselves are Supreme Personality of Godhead's devotees. If you don't know, please know that they are also worshippers of Lord Vishnu. They are devotees of Lord Vishnu. And if you become devotee of Lord Vishnu, they are not like envious people. Arey, itna din mere paas aata tha, abhi tum chala gaya, maine mujhe chhod ke. They will never consider like that. People have this kind of notions. Please understand. That is not the case with them. Because they are not ordinary, materialistic people of this world. They are great souls. They are demigods. So they will be more happy to see you worshipping the Supreme Lord than worshipping themselves. That is the glory of these demigods. So therefore, we worship Krishna exclusively. So yesterday, we celebrated disappearance day of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, let us try to understand what Srila Prabhupada has done to us and to this material world. Of course, there is so much to speak about him. I just listed few things. First and foremost, he restored Vedic culture and Vedic art. What is Vedic culture? As soon as you come home, you respect your guest. You welcome him and you give him honor and respect and give some whatever pleasing words and then make him happy by offering some foods and waters. This is Vedic culture. But nowadays, if you go to any home, there is beware of dog. Is this a culture? No, no, this is not Vedic culture. This may be Western culture. And the problem is that we Indians are also following beware of dogs. So, Srila Prabhupada revived Vedic culture. He revived Vedic culture. And what is the proof? When he started ISKCON in 1966, New York, 26th Avenue. So he used to, today is Sunday, devotees are already cooked below there. But in those days, Prabhupada used to personally cook himself. Personally cook. How many items, 13 items. It is unbelievable. Single-handedly he cooked so many items. It is easy to speak, but Prabhupada has proved who he is. He has actually revived Vedic culture. He personally cooked, he served those who came to hear Sunday classes. He cooked, he spoke, he led kirtan, and he served prasadam, and they would come and eat and go away, and at the end he would wash the pots. Can anybody do this? I have not done at least in sense. I wash the pots of the Lord, but not of, below in the kitchen. Sometimes I should also go and I think I should try that. Prabhupada has done it for us. And he received guests with so much of warmth. People would become mad after him. He is 70-plus-year-old person coming from India. And people, they cannot understand his accent. Very heavy Bengali accent. But they fell in love with him. Why? Because they knew that he is that person genuinely caring for them, genuinely loving them. They never saw any person who loved them so much. They surrendered their lives. They gave up all their bad habits. Prabhupada didn't demand. He commanded respect. We tell, oh Prabhuji, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. But Prabhupada didn't do that. He just showed love. And he loved so much all these people, they surrendered and they gave up everything and they become devotees of the Lord. That is how he revived the Vedic culture. And in those days, sometimes there used to be nice feast, and if there is no money, then Prabhupada used to cut an apple. Somebody would bring an apple, Prabhupada would cut how many pieces, however, how many were there, the guests. And he gave them, each one of them, one single piece of apple. When there was money, he cooked. But then when there was no money, he said, no, today go home, there is nothing. No. Whatever he had, an apple, he cut it and served it. And he married couples. Because, that culture of West is that the girls and boy, they come together and they start living without any proper marriage. Prabhupada said, no, you cannot live like this. So get married. So a sannyasi going from India, first of all, sannyasi, they don't cross the oceans. That is the Vedic tradition. But Prabhupada didn't care for all these things. He crossed oceans and he cooked for them, he served them, he washed the pots. No sannyasi is supposed to do this, but he did it. And he is making marriages. And he was doing yajna for, marriages. This is unheard of in Vedic tradition. But Prabhupada wanted to save the people of the world. So therefore he has crossed all the limits just to save us. So that is how Prabhupada has revived Vedic culture. And he has also restored Vedic art. No, art is what? To glorify the Lord. So even when I was going through these, art galleries, I mean, sorry to say, there are, naked paintings of women and men. The art is not meant for this purpose. That is to glorify the Lord, show the beauty of the Lord, how the Lord is so beautiful, so that who anybody sees these paintings, they become mad after Krishna. So Prabhupada went there and saw all of these things. He said, no, this is not art. Art is meant to glorify Krishna. So therefore, in those days, over there, so many disciples, they came to Srila Prabhupada, and they actually were also having some background of painting and drawing. So Prabhupada taught them how to paint Krishna. And then he created windows to the spiritual world, isn't it? So all these Prabhupada books have so many beautiful painting painted by his disciples. The first disciple was Yadurani Mataji, female disciple. She painted so many paintings. In fact, that Narsimha Devi, you see that over there? That Narsingh Devi is painted by Yadurani Mataji, the first female disciple of Srila Prabhupada. No? Everywhere we see Narsingh Devi, remember that is painted by Mother Yadurani. And so many Murlidhar Prabhu, Bharadraj Prabhu, Pushkar Prabhu, Parikshit Prabhu. Bhagavad Gita, you have seen that Krishna and Arjuna riding on the chariot, that is painted by Parikshit Prabhu. All these devotees, they didn't know who is Krishna, nothing they knew about Krishna. Sorry. So they could create such beautiful paintings because Prabhupada empowered them. He revived, he restored Vedic art also and Vedic culture. Then he revolutionized the outreach, the preaching. What preaching is all about. Prabhupada has actually defined it. He revolutionized it. So all the Vedas, they speak about Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. What is Sambandha? To create to establish our relationship with Krishna. That is known as Sambandha. And when we do that, then there is Abhideya. Abhideya is to render service to the Lord. And then the Prayojana is love of God, pure love of God, to serve Krishna in the spiritual world. So Prabhupada actually took these three important aspects of Vedic culture, he actually revolutionized it. He wrote his own books, Bhagavad Gita as it is. It became the world famous book, isn't it? Only thing is that it is being distributed by Indians, but we Indians don't find time to read it. But that's the fact of the matter. But we have to also read what Srila Prabhupada has given us. He has written these books in the middle of the night, in the sense that he used to work all day long, and then after doing this management and so much hard work of maintaining ISKCON, then he would get up at 10:30, 12 o'clock. Again he would sit up and write till morning, and again Mangalarati and morning walks. So Prabhupada has done so much for us to write these books. So we have these, books, displayed beside Srila Prabhupada. This is the true glorification of Srila Prabhupada. Because any Acharya, he gives, books. So Prabhupada has given these Vedic literature. So now we have to simply read them. How much time it takes to write them and how much time it takes to read them. We are not supposed to write anything. We are just supposed to read it, which is such a simple thing. And in all languages, these books are available. And there are so many courses of how to read Srila Prabhupada books. Nowadays, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta and Bhakti Sarvabhauma, all these courses are available. The teachers are ready to teach you how to understand these books. So it is up to us now to take advantage of these courses and read Srila Prabhupada books. So he has created BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. So he gave these books, he gave this Sambandha, and then Abhideya, the worship of the Lord. Traditionally, we cannot worship deities. In other temples, famous temples of India, Srirangam, Tirupati and all these temples, only a certain class of people are eligible to worship the deities. But Srila Prabhupada has created revolution. Anybody who walks into these doors, I also walked into these doors one day. I never thought I will worship Radha Gopinath. I never thought I'll sit here and give class. But Krishna's mercy, Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that anybody who is eligible, who can become eligible, who can get those qualifications and worship the Lord. Just chant Hare Krishna, follow four regulative principles and take initiation. Then you will be eligible to worship the Lord, isn't it? But in other sampradaya, it is not possible. Only a selected people can do that. But Prabhupada didn't do that. He gave abhideya, worship of the Lord, very openly for everyone. And then pariyojana, love of God. Lord Chaitanya, it is spoken of Lord Chaitanya, how he actually revolutionized. Hena prana Sri Chaitanya dilayata tatha jagay madhayi paryanta anyaraka katha. It is said that Lord Chaitanya distributed love of God, which is not possible to get even to the greatest of the demigods like Lord Shiva and Brahma. He gave that love of God like, we distribute water. Pyao nowadays is now, sometimes when there is hot sun, they freely serve what? Water. Water is okay. Anybody can get water. So there's some people, they serve water. Can anybody serve, milk like that? We don't see that. What to speak of nectar? What to speak of love of God? We don't know what is love of God. It is just a term for us. We don't understand. But understand, what is a precious thing? Let us say gold. Have you ever seen, people used to, the kings used to give wealth and gold and other things in donation. But can anybody do that in Kali Yuga? Lord Chaitanya has given love of God, which is, no comparison between any wealth of this material world. It is Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. It is a currency which is exchanged in the spiritual world, isn't it? That currency is known as Harinam Sankirtan. So that love of God, Lord Chaitanya distributed like we distribute water. And what is the proof? Jagai Madhai Paryanta Anyar Ka Katha. Jagai Madhai got delivered. They are the most sinful people ever lived on this earth. Hiranyakashpu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Danta, Vakra, Shishupal, combined together whatever sins they have committed, these Jagai Madai have, crossed that. That is their, extent of committing sins. So, and such people, such sinful Jagai Madais could be delivered by the mercy of the Lord. That means we also have hope, isn't it? There is hope against hope. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya, who came to distribute love of God, and Lord Chaitanya took it all over the world, and he also distributed this love of God. So that is prayojana of reading Vedic literatures. Then he redirected entire civilization. We know that Western civilization, we understood few points about one how nicely they receive guests. And it is like a blind man. So they have got a stout, strong body, they have everything, all facilities available, but they are having no eyes. That means they have no direction. And Vedic culture, Vedic civilization, at present it is like a lame man. Because he can see, but he cannot walk. He cannot do things himself. So Prabhupada actually synthesized. He brought Vedic culture and Western culture together. Then if there is a person who can see, he can sit on the shoulder because he cannot walk. He is a lame person. He can sit on the shoulder of this strong, stout person who doesn't have eyes. So he can guide them, go this way, go this way, go this way. Then both will reach the destination, isn't it? So that is the glory of Srila Prabhupada, who has actually synthesized both Vedic culture and Western culture. So therefore, we don't have to reject anything. We can only utilize nicely in the service of the Lord. Just like Prabhupada used to give the example, always this example of microphone. What is this microphone meant for? One who created this microphone not necessarily created so that we will use it for speaking Bhagavatam or singing Hare Krishna Kirtan, isn't it? They did it for whatever reason, especially to glorify sense gratification. But we devotees are utilizing it for the purpose of glorifying the Lord. So therefore, there could be anything, but we should know how to utilize it. So Prabhupada has taught us how to utilize. And people are producing so many literatures. I mean, nowadays, everybody is reading soft books, soft copies. But still books are being published, isn't it? Newspaper are being published. So much of newspaper, so much of paper is utilized for one purpose. For printing these newspaper which will be rejected after few hours. It will go into Raddi forever, isn't it? And where this paper comes from? From tree. And that means we are chopping down millions of trees just to read this newspaper which will be thrown after some time. So this paper is meant for what? Only reading newspaper or what? No, it is meant for reading Vedic literatures. So Prabhupada has taught us. So therefore, he has redirected the civilization, how one should live a civilized life. And Prabhupada used to condemn. Wherever he toured in the Western countries, so many scholars and priests, they would come and sit in front of, they used to come and they want to discuss with Srila Prabhupada. They used to tell so many things. And Prabhupada used to ask them, you are telling that you are worshipper of Jesus and you are reading your Bible. And you say that we don't want Bhagavad Gita, we already have our Bible. Okay, let us consider. What your Jesus taught? What is the first commandment? Thou shalt not kill. And what you are doing? You are killing billions and billions of innocent animals. What harm they have done to you? Why you have to send them to slaughterhouses? Is this is this what you are learned from reading this Bible? If you are a follower of Jesus Christ and Bible, then you follow what Bible is teaching, what Jesus Christ is trying to teach. And they used to, no, that we'll discuss later. No, first you clear this. First you tell me why you are killing so many innocent animals. And Prabhupada, if he is to catch hold of somebody, then he would teach him nicely. So Prabhupada has, very stubbornly, taught them what they are supposed to learn in that sense. Therefore, Prabhupada said, my spiritual master Srila Haridas Thakur never compromised. I have never compromised. And he told his disciple, you should also not compromise with these principles, religious principles. And when you start compromising things, then there is water down. So then everything will be losing its own substance. So that is not possible. So thus Srila Prabhupada has redirected entire civilization once again. And then he finally redefined the values of life. What is this life meant for? Prabhupada used to always speak this example of, this human form of life is not meant for sense gratification, but for self-realization. You must have heard. He has also written a book, Self-Realization. And once Navayogendra Swami Maharaj, who is Prabhupada's disciple, he was giving one Bhagavatam class to us, and Brahmachari class. in which he was talking about his experience with Srila Prabhupada. He joined ISKCON in 70s in Vrindavan. He met Prabhupada and he took Diksha from Srila Prabhupada. He became Brahmachari, Navayogendra Das Brahmachari. And he was serving Srila Prabhupada. And sometimes Prabhupada used to become furious, used to become angry with him. And he would yell at Navayogendra Swami, in those days Das Brahmachari. And this Navayogendra Prabhu, Maharaj, used to become bewildered. My God, I am trying to serve Srila Prabhupada, but at times he becomes so angry upon me, then I feel really worried. How should I approach him? How should I serve him? And he wanted to serve him because he is spiritual master. At the same time, Prabhupada used to sometimes become angry. One day he understood that I should ask this question to him only, because nobody will answer this question, why he becomes angry. If I go and ask somebody else why Prabhupada becomes angry, then he'll say, go and ask him only, because I am not angry upon you. If Prabhupada is angry, then you should go and ask Prabhupada. He decided, okay, I will directly ask Srila Prabhupada. One fine day, afternoon, after serving Srila Prabhupada, that day Prabhupada was in a very good mood. My dear Srila Prabhupada, I have a question to ask you. Yes, what is your question? Prabhupada, I am trying to serve you. I know that I am not eligible. I don't know much how to serve you, but I am trying to serve you. But I see that sometimes you become angry. So I become bewildered. I don't know what to do. So please tell me, how should I do? How should I serve you in such condition? Srila Prabhupada said, he showed to the doors. You know, those people? He said, who are they? They are just walking down the street, isn't it? So can I go and chastise them? Srila Prabhupada asked him. Prabhupada, why will you go and chastise them? Yes, the same thing I am also telling you. I have nothing to do with them. So why will I go and chastise them? Why will I become angry upon them? But I'll become angry upon you. Why? Because you are my disciple. If I don't teach you what is right and what is wrong, then who will teach you? So I am your spiritual master. I have taken the responsibility of taking you back to Godhead. Going to the spiritual world. Is it a small thing? So I have taken such a big responsibility on your behalf, then I should teach you what is right, what is wrong. So therefore I am trying to tell you what is right and what is wrong. When I tell like that, so I may have to become sometimes angry, but that is for your good. Not that I have some agenda that I have become angry upon you. So Srila Prabhupada actually redefined the values of life. Value of life is to become a self-realized soul. And for that we have to approach a guru. Okay, when we approach a guru is not somebody who will, just pamper us. Who will just say, yes, you do whatever you want to do. Just come to our organization and become a member. No, that is not guru. Guru, the word itself is guru, the shabda, the word in Sanskrit. Guru means heavy. Laghu means very light. Laghu means light and guru means heavy. So guru means he is a very hefty guy or what? No, not necessarily. He is heavy because his words are heavy. Because he is speaking directly from the scriptures. Scripture never compromise. So therefore the words of scriptures may be heavy, and Guru is supposed to be actually just repeating the words of Vedas. He will not, compromise. Okay, if I speak nicely, then I'll get more followers so that I can become more famous. No. In those days when Srila Prabhupada was there, some of his disciples, they approached Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, you are actually creating this organization. Instead of calling it as Krishna consciousness, they said that International Society for God Consciousness. Then the short form would be ISKCON. and ISKCON. Prabhupada said, no, it will be ISKCON. Why? We will tell who is that God. What is that God's name? Krishna. So, Prabhupada, but if you keep it like this, God consciousness, then you can attract more people will come. Because they don't know who is Krishna. Prabhupada said, we want to teach them who is Krishna, who is the Supreme God. So Prabhupada never compromised. So actually redefined the values of lives by chastising them. If it is wrong, then it is wrong. Then some devotees, they also kind of suggested, Prabhupada, these 4 regulative principles, especially the 4th one, no illicit sex. Prabhupada said, I am not going to compromise. If somebody wants it, they will come and take it. I am not going to water down the philosophy. I am not selling here some cheap imitation jewelry. I am giving them love of God, pure gold. Although there is so much of demand for all this imitation jewelry, but still, other day I was hearing Dhanteras, last couple of days before. In India, people, they bought so much of gold. Although, what is the cost of nowadays gold? What is the cost? I don't know. 1 lakh rupees, 10 grams? 1,30,000 rupees. देखिए, 1,30,000 रुपए, एक 10 ग्राम के लिए, 1 तोला के लिए. फिर भी लोग इतना सोना खरीद रहे है कि नहीं? क्योंकि they know the value of gold. They are not going to purchase, all these imitation jewelry, although it may be available so cheaply. Similarly, love of God is such commodity. Whatever the cost is, pay for it and get it. So therefore, Rupa Goswami has taught us, if love of God is available in the market, just purchase it, no matter what the price is. We are purchasing gold, similarly we should purchase love of God also. But is it available? Is it available anywhere nearby? Here, Hughes Road is there. Right next to us, there is so many jewelry shops. There is Tribundas jewelry. So this love of God is available in the association of devotees. Satam prasangad mama virya samada, we discussed, isn't it? So therefore, thus Srila Prabhupada has given this love of God so nicely, so cheaply, as if he is distributing like water. So thus Prabhupada has done anything and everything to actually redefine the values of life. The value of life is to serve Krishna, so therefore you do it. I'll chastise you, I'll love you, I'll do anything and everything, so that you can get your love of God. That is the conviction of Srila Prabhupada. So thus he has given the value of life is not to just enjoy few years in this material world, however, make our lives perfect and go back to the spiritual world and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana ki jai, Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna.